Hello and welcome back to the best of Rslash. Today we're taking a look at Rslash AMA, where user StackDack posts, "I don't feel hunger, ask me anything." I haven't felt hunger in 13 years. I was abused and getting fed wasn't a when, but an if. The events caused me to develop a psychological condition where I don't feel hunger. I have passed out after not eating for days at times because I just forgot. I snack because food tastes good, but I'm very picky because even though I need food to live, it doesn't feel like I'm gaining any energy from it. It just feels like eating a flavored sponge. So I don't eat unless it tastes really good. Not nearly as interesting as other stories I have, but I thought it would be interesting. OP describes the abuse in detail and is quite horrifying, so viewer discretion is advised. This might be uncomfortable for some of you. Please skip if you don't want to listen. Timestamp is in the description. Wow, this blew up. If you have any questions about my abuse, please check it out. It's way more interesting. I have no idea how this was so popular. Edit number 2. For you guys asking, this is the story of how I killed my dad because my old AMA got deleted. I was brutally, sexually, physically, and mentally abused by my father as young as 7 months old. He would rape me and force me to perform oral for hours. He wouldn't feed me for days. He made me sleep on the floor and would beat me daily. He would put his lit cigarettes in my rectum. He would force me to crawl on the floor naked while he dripped boiling water on me. He would invite other men to rape me for money. One day he was drunk, drunker than normal, and was holding a knife. He charged at me and was talking about how he was going to kill me and f my corpse. I was crying and screaming and he kept barely cutting me. This was regular for me, but he was acting different. He was serious this time and I could tell. I ran into the kitchen and he was cooking pasta. I dumped the pot of hot water on it and he dropped the knife on the floor. I picked it up, stabbed him in the gut. I kept stabbing him until he stopped breathing. I then ran to the neighbor's house and called the cops. After a long and complex trial, they agreed it was in self-defense. I would love to answer any questions you have. Holy crap, OP. Fascinating. Thanks for sharing. Do you feel the need to address this with a nutritionist, therapist, or physician, or have you adapted to it? My therapist is who told me I had it, but I've adapted to it. Except for that one time my girlfriend was on spring break and I was between jobs in a new city and my phone broke and I forgot to eat for 2 weeks and passed in line at Target. Got rushed to the emergency room and had to be in the hospital for 3 days. Besides that, I've coped pretty well. Have you tried setting a reminder alarm on your phone so that it doesn't happen again? Yeah, that's a great idea. The brain is weird. You go on a long spree without eating and the brain's reaction is, "We did it, boys. Hunger is no more." One day my stomach was like, "Hey, we aren't getting fed. We are so hungry." And my brain was like, "Hang on, I think I have an idea." Do you feel full if you eat too much? Yes. What is your favorite food? I like sweet foods usually, but I live for steak. How do you remember to eat when you do? Also, do you ever feel like it's a gift or blessing? My girlfriend reminds me. Or I cook for her and make a serving for myself, and I don't really like eating that much. I don't feel energized from it or any relief, so I'm just putting things into my mouth. How does gaining weight work for you? Have you ever tried it? I have no need to, thankfully. I'm only 1 pound underweight because the food I eat is very unhealthy. That's kind of a weird solution to the problem, but I guess it works. Does your stomach growl at all? For me, a lot of the reason I eat is because my stomach makes a lot of noise if I don't, and it's embarrassing in a quiet classroom. It does growl. What makes you want the junk food but not a meal? Would you take the steak over junk food if it were put before you? It's all about taste. How are you with thirst or drinking? I get thirsty normally. I have the same question. Do you feel thirsty or do you forget about it until you remember it again? Also, do you like water or would you rather drink juice or something yummier? I love sparkling water, but if I could survive on soda, I would. Have you ever had the trauma treated, or is there even a way that you could possibly feel hungry again? Also, in a way, do you miss feeling hungry? Also, this is way more interesting than other posts on here. I've gotten treated, but I don't think it will come back all at once. Have you ever heard of Soylent? They make meal replacement drinks and bars that give you all the calories and nutrition you'd get out of a full meal. I have never tried any of their products, but I have heard positive things about them. I have heard of them, but they taste gross as hell. How do you know when to eat? Do you have a specific time? I set alarms on my phone, or my amazing girlfriend reminds me. Do you get uncomfortable about folks complimenting on your thin frame? Do you ever make them uncomfortable by telling them the truth? When men say it, I always say, thanks, I'm very underweight, and your views of healthy are based only on what you find attractive. I am not healthy, and this is not a good weight to be. When girls say it, I say, it's not healthy. I am very unhealthy, and this is not a weight to strive to be. Do you have other symptoms of malnutrition though? Like feeling weak, lightheaded, etc.? When I haven't eaten, I feel all the normal symptoms except for hungry. Interesting. Do you take a multivitamin or supplements to accommodate for decreased nutrition? No, I just try to remember. How picky are you from 1 to 10? Are there any foods you absolutely despise? 7? And any melon. What do you think of OP's condition? It's crazy, huh? Do you have any questions? What would you do if you didn't feel hunger? Please let me know in the comments below. You've been listening to the best of Rslash. If you like what we're doing, please leave a thumbs up, as that is the best and fastest way to help our channel grow. Also, please consider subscribing, as we release content like this every single day, 7 days a week on both YouTube and podcast.